Sean, Emma, and the entire team are on the trails of the Twain Reserve, owned by Giovanni Camerata. Their mission is to capture zebras, which are handicapped by their overly long hooves, a phenomenon typical of sandy terrain, which doesn't allow the hooves to erode naturally. The zebras are spread out, and capturing them with a boma, the large canvas trap, is not the most practical method here. Sean has decided to anesthetize them with darts fired from the helicopter. Emma, the veterinarian, helps prepare the M99, a very powerful chemical component that must be handled with great care. Giovanni's family reserve is in the Kalahari area of South Africa. This semi-arid region, where great numbers of animals live, is 2,000 kilometers long and 1,200 kilometers wide, in a huge depression covered with the sand that is typical of southern Africa.
The two types of darts we use. John doesn't like those ones. I like those ones. He likes these ones.
Petsy, Giovanni's son, acts as guide. During the captures, he will help the team find its bearings on the reserve's numerous trails, which stretch for 7,000 hectares.
No, because by the time the film comes up, the tender's in already.
You must use professional people.
John is ready to go after the zebras and perhaps a few additional gemsboks. This morning, however, visibility is a problem.
And of course I can't see a thing because of the cloud and the mist. But anyway, and what I'm looking for this morning is oryx, that's gemsbok, or zebra. One of the two, Birchall zebra, which are about 20 on the farm. And they're not doing too well because of their hooves grow too long in the sand.
But the problem with this low cloud is that you won't find the zebra. But there's a group of 4 zebra that lives just down the road.
Yeah. And those are all right?
No, except the young one.
The young one's got long hooves.
Yeah, this one.
But if it's still young, then it's easy to cut.
On the ground, the team waits for Sean to indicate where to pick up the animals once they've been anesthetized. John doesn't want to stress the animals out too much. He simply wants to stay close enough to them so that Sean's darts can hit their marks more easily. Sean continues anesthetizing the other zebras so that the men on the ground can pick them up in as limited a perimeter as possible. The weak dose of anesthetic begins to reduce the animal's alertness. It reacts as if Sean were a member of the family and approaches him without fear. Arnold knows that the zebra is a wild animal and that he has to be careful. Grabbing a zebra by its ears is harmless to the animal and the best way to subdue it without being kicked by its very powerful hooves. Sean finds the hooves particularly long, thus preventing these Burchell zebras from moving normally.
Yeah, I used that old stuff in the second one. That didn't really work too well. So that's why we said we didn't want to dance them now because we need the whole day to do those ones. Because once you start doing those, we must do the babies and the mums together.
Everything, yeah. That's all the zebras you saw.
We saw the group of 5, 6, and
The
then we
operation go well, Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
While Sean picks up another individual, Longboy's team succeeds in subduing one of the last anesthetized zebras. It's obvious that their hooves are causing them a great deal of discomfort. After blindfolding the animal to protect it from the dust and the sun, Sean has to go and get the zebra captured by the second team.
Keep going as you are. Okay. One person on Ishmael on the top. 1, 2, 3, check. Okay.
The first animals captured are placed in an enclosure where they cannot see any sign of man. When the 20 zebras from the reserve are all inside, work on their long hooves can begin.
Okay, drop it. Did you use that top up in the last one?
Yeah,
Is this the second one, eh?
Yeah, that's a smaller one.
Okay. Get my cool box from the front of that. Okay, we'll work the other one first.
South Africa contains many dangerous snakes. Joe thinks he was bitten by one while he was working.
Okay, what happened, Joe came to me and said that he thought that he'd been bitten by a snake. If you look on his fingers there, he's got 2 scrapes. What he was doing, he was picking up bushes from the ground. He said he felt a pain in his finger. He walked to the cars here, came and called me and said no, he thinks he's been bitten by a snake, and he had these feelings in his finger. We took the team to the front. We went to go and try and see what kind of snake it was. By looking at the width of the teeth here, we would have said it was probably either a very big cobra or mamba. But what we'll do, we'll just monitor him for a while. If anything does happen, we'll fly him quickly to the nearest hospital.
chicken, and this is the puff and eggs.
Although breakfast has been scheduled for later in the morning, Dlamini and James can't wait and dig in long before they reach the boma. Sean has barely arrived at the boma with its outstretched canvases when he is given a special request, which he prefers passing on to Emma.
Emma, Mr. Peterson's just phoned me. He's looking for someone to go help him with a snake. Some lady here phoned me last year and I helped her out a bit. And she thinks I'm a bit of a snake man at the moment. Could you go and help him?
It depends what it is.
Well, I think it's a python. You know, we would go, but we're a bit busy in the boma at the moment.
If it's a python, I've dealt with pythons before. I could give it a go.
Okay, great.
Come on!
After the previous day's difficulties, John and Sean decide to use the boma to capture the zebra families. The heat brings the snakes out into the open, and it's quite common for them to visit people's properties to search for nourishment. The savanna python is one of the most aggressive of snakes. He can measure up to 7 meters and swallow an antelope whole after having suffocated it.
No, just stay away from there. Come on, Sean, where are you? No. I get quite a lot of snakes. I had a python in here quite recently that got in through one of the smaller holes and ate one of my birds, and then it was so full it couldn't fit out of the cage again, and just stayed in the cage. And last year I had a python that ate one of my geese, and then it regurgitated it before I could get Sean in to come and pick it up. Yes, that's right, over here. Well, where's Sean? Did you bring him with you?
I'm afraid he can't come. I'm a vet working for Sean at the moment.
Just hurry up, please. I don't want it to get any of my birds. Yeah, he's big. Just careful he doesn't bite you, eh?
Has he been trying?
Yeah. You got it?
You can see him, I've got him. I might need your help though with the tail.
Okay. You think it's safe?
I've got his head, that's the sharp end, you can have the blunt end. He's beautiful, like 4 meters. If you can see there.
Yeah, I see.
They can give a very nasty bite. They're not poisonous, but they can give a very nasty bite. Well, I'll need some help if you can bring him into the car with me.
I'll try.
You can see his nostrils here. And he's got 2 sensory organs as well, along with the tongue that can sense prey. Just got to support him. He's quite heavy and he might stop writhing around a bit. That's great. Perfect.
John has succeeded in leading the last group of zebras from the reserve into the boma. Sean and Arnold tranquilize them so that they don't cause any trouble while they're being transported to the enclosure. Zebras reproduce well and are widespread in South Africa.
They're all on their stomachs. Everything blindfolded. Everything breathing nicely. Good. Keep still on it.
The quagga and the Burchell zebra were exterminated in South Africa at the beginning of the 20th century. Although the quagga became extinct throughout the world, the Burchell zebra is present once again in the country, primarily on the increasingly large number of private reserves. Emma scours the region trying to find a place for her newest boarder.
Sean, do you copy?
Go ahead, Emma.
I've got a rather large python on the back of the pickup, but I don't really know what to do with it.
Why don't you just let it go in the bush?
No, where I caught it, we were surrounded by private game reserves, so I've got to ask permission, so it's difficult.
Okay. Maybe you can phone Donald straight on my behalf. He's the local guy who looks after snakes for rehabilitation.
Donald's great passion is snakes. He's been warned by Sean of Emma's arrival at his vivarium.
Donald.
Hi, you must be Emma.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
I believe I've got a passenger that would be safer here.
Yes, I heard about this python that you managed to grab. Did you have any trouble with it?
No, he wasn't too bad. I think he started biting before, but he's quite large. It's definitely the largest non-human snake I've dealt with.
Yeah, they're very strong animals, being a constrictor and all, but it's great that you've managed to save it. I'd like to have a look at this snake, and we can see what we can do with it now.
Yeah, I'll show you.
That's a nice container.
Yep.
Let's have a look what you have here.
Hopefully still in.
Wow, this is a beaut. That's a big snake. You caught this on your own? That's enormous. We get about 3 or 4 of this size every year. Our holding cage here. I think this is maybe the best place for it at this stage. Bring it up here. Look at that tail area. That's definitely a female. There's very tiny claws over there. The male's claws are about 3 times longer than that. And the male uses the claw to open up a female when they copulate. Now, Swatini Reptile Park's going to release this python eventually. We'll keep it for no longer than about a month and a half, possibly, where we're going to deparasitize her. We'll check what she's eaten by going through her feces, and then just release her. We open up a file for her, so I'm going to have to get some information from you and just see where she was found and the general conditions of her capture and that.
No problem.
Look at that, beautiful. That's really, really nice. Pythons like this are so useful in nature. A single snake like this would have to eat hundreds upon hundreds of rodents, helping the farmer, and it's just so important for the ecological balance.
At Giovanni's, the team members become farmhands and harvest green weeds, the zebra's favorite dish, which they will feed on during their time in the enclosures. Emma prepares the syringes of anesthetic and antidote for the wild zebra's hoof-cutting operation. Eliminating all danger to the men is the golden rule in the world of captures.
Okay, now she's going to come around in like 10 seconds. Let's get her on her stomach. Let's get her up the rest of the way. Sorry? Emma, start on that. We must get these things done. They're going to wake up too. Basically, in the sand, the hooves are grown long. What we're trying to do is cut them down as much as we can, so the animal will be able to run normally again. It'll never be the same. As you can see in the others, we've cut the hooves right down to within, so like 4 inches of the actual hock. If you look like here, the whole hoof is adapted. The whole thing is twisted and will never ever be the same. So the best we can do is make it shorter so the animal can run a bit better.
Okay. No. Okay. So it's turning round, so we've got to be careful. That's as much as you can. Take that off and then we'll take some more off.
Sometimes even the large pincers aren't strong enough to cut into a thick hoof, and another solution has to be found.
There's a new blade.
You mark here, we can cut.
Yeah.
Too low.
Because basically we can take, we need the other hoof trimmers. No. We need the others. Oh, it's hot. You finished with the small ones now then?
After the cutting, the hooves have to be filed. Nothing short of a true manicure will enable the zebras to gallop easily once again.
It's a bit sore on her feet.
These feet are much better.
Very much better. I think we've done well for our first one.
While the team is at work, Emma is informed by Donald that the python is spending its days quietly at a private reserve. As for the zebras, even before the team leaves, Giovanni has sold them to the owner of a more rocky reserve, better adapted to the animal's hooves. A new cohabitation of man and animal has begun, thus assuring the survival of another species of wild fauna.